Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of saving this Jeep and getting it back on the road so that we can go off-roading. This is somebody else's Jeep, it's not mine. I'm being paid to get it back on the road. Last video, we drug it out of its grave. It had been sitting there for a couple years or something like that. I brought it over here, pulled the plugs. They were all pretty fouled. I put some lube in the cylinders. I hot wired the coil and I hot wired the fuel pump and we got it running. It was running kind of rough, pretty rich. I think the bowl is getting flooded because it's carbureted and the fuel pump is electric, so I think that's putting out too much fuel. So we're gonna put a fuel regulator on it. We're gonna get it running a little bit better. We're gonna see if we can take it for a test drive. I know that the brakes need some attention, so we're gonna see if we can get into that as well, make sure that it's able to stop, not just run. So let's dive in, see if we can get this Jeep back on the road so we can go off the road with it. All right. So last time I was in here, I hot wired power to the coil and to the fuel pump. And this time I want it to be a little bit more from the key. I see this relay here that's wired up and that's floating around. I tried jiggling it. Let's try replacing it. Okay, the relay is replaced. Let's see if this does, if we hear the fuel pump. Okay, now that relay is providing power to the fuel pump, I'm pretty sure that means it's also got power to the coil. Let's find out. Yep. All right. So now that the pressure is regulated, hopefully it won't run as rich. I want to let it warm up a little bit, get the juices flowing. Seems kind of like a high idle. It's definitely still smoking. That's not good. Okay, we got it running pretty normally now. Tuned the carb just a little bit to get it to run a little less rich and bring the idle down just a snare. Now I want to test the brakes because I need to see if it'll roll and has power, but also stop. Yeah, we're flat enough. Let's just put it in gear, see if it does anything. We'll put it in neutral, see if it rolls, stuff like that. I think they said there was a broken line somewhere over here. This is pretty rusty. Something is just pissing brake fluid. Where is it? Cable. One of these. I think she'll go with 3 out of 4. Let's try it again. This thing just blew another brake line, so I think it's safe to say she needs probably all of them replaced. Yeah, that's 2 in 1 minute. So I'm just gonna leave it parked, pick up some lines and fittings and stuff like that, and we'll dive into brake lines tomorrow. See you then. All right, good morning, welcome back. I dove into checking out the brakes this morning, and honestly, they're so bad and there's so many lines that I think it's probably best to just order this guy a kit and have them all pre-bent and looking good. So I already jumped on eBay. Those are in the mail. They'll be here in a few days. So the brake lines probably won't go in this video because they'll come next week. So instead, I'm gonna pivot and let's do everything else that this car needs. Like it needs a deep clean really bad. So let's power wash it. Also, you saw that I checked where the air was leaking out of that tire over time, and it looks like it's the bead, the seal between the tire rubber and the wheel itself. So I don't have a tire machine or anything like that, so I could pop that off and I could take that into town and have a local tire shop reseat that, clean that up, and get that cherry as well. So let's dive into some other stuff, pivot for now, and get to brakes when the brake lines all come, so that I'm not sitting here bending lines and coming up with fittings and all this stuff all day. Save a little time that way. Let's pivot and do some other stuff. Let's get this thing cherried up, and maybe it'll increase the motivation to work on a cleaner vehicle. I honestly like cleaning stuff way early in the process. It just makes working on the vehicle itself that much more enjoyable throughout the rest of the time. So let's dive into that. Yeah, let's bust out the power washer. bar won't fit, so I'm just going to throw an elastic on it for now. Well, I went to take the wheel off, and as you can see, I don't have the right socket for it. It's one of these keyed spline things that I don't have the key for, so I'm gonna have to get in touch with the owner about that. But this thing is looking a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. It's running a lot better. And as you can see, it's pouring rain today, and it's Friday. So that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. On a personal note, I quit my full-time job and I am now back doing YouTube full-time. So thank you guys so much for your support, hitting all the buttons and helping me grow here as a YouTuber, making content for all of us to enjoy. I love this stuff. You love this stuff. Thank you so much for your support. Just even a little comment or anything like that, I read them all. It goes a long way for my motivation and moral support. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one.